Hey H&K fans, James here with another Target of Opportunity video from H&K's Gray Room in Columbus, Georgia. I thought I would take this time to showcase some of the different features and model sets from the G36 series that they've got on display. This model specifically is the MG36. As for Machine Gun 36, it was a squad automatic rifle designation that they designed for the German military service and was put into limited production, but then later replaced with the MG5 belt-fed 5.56 light machine gun for that role. The way you can obviously identify it being a little bit different than the others, it's got a longer and heavier barrel, and then it's got the bipod system to stabilize the weapon in sustained fire roll at that squad level. The traditional magazines are on here, which have these locking tabs, which allow you to connect one or more magazines together and switch them over for increased firepower on the weapon system itself. So this was a gun that I think most people haven't ever seen this designation, but it's neat to showcase it here to you. Now again, in German service, the next one we saw from the basic G36 was the G36K. This one is set up just like it was for military service, where you see it's got SEF markings on the selectors for semi, safe, and full, and this was a transitional thing to match up as close as it could with the G3s that these weapons were replacing in service. And these were adopted by the German KSK and their Kampfschwimmer units for a more compact model. This one specifically is set up with a Knight's Armament forearm, and they like this to add additional accessories to it. And with a little bit of expansion, this worked great for heat dissipation and in those kind of subsurface environments. And you can see they've replaced the standard single optic mounted handguard with one that's got a Picatinny section and flip up rear sights, and then they could put whatever optic on there wanted. And you can also see that they've taken the standard magazines and they've removed off the locking nubs to make these a little bit more compact and easier to get in and out of a magazine pouch. And then the last iteration was the G36C, which was their compact model, slightly shorter barrel, slightly shorter handguard, and you can see this is a different design from B&T that still gives you Picatinny section, but is a little bit lower profile. Again, you have a different, even lower profile optic rail up top with the actual front and rear sights that flip up, integrated into the handguard instead of as secondary accessory pieces. The other thing you'll notice is this new KSK inspired stock that folds like the other ones do, but it's also adjustable for length of pull and with a raisable cheek riser, so very adaptable in that case. And then the next thing you'll see is the adaptation to take standard AR, mil-spec matter NATO magazines. Again, you had those units that didn't want to have the bulkier, larger, translucent magazines originally designed with the weapon, and instead wanted to have those slimmer M4, M16 AR pattern magazines. So they changed out the actual magazine well on this to accept those. You'll see there's a magazine release button on the other side, so you can do those. And if you look closely here, there's another adaptation. They have an extended bolt release inside the magazine well. The original guns, the bolt release is kind of hidden and recessed up here. It's a little harder to reach, but now you can come straight off the trigger, hit a magazine, and then push with your trigger finger on the front of this to release your bolt forward again. So another unique feature, as well as somebody here has put a little bit of aggressive skateboard tape around the grip for more traction. But again, rare examples of the G36 series on display here in the Gray Room. And as always, excited to share these with you.